My next mayor, Robert Kraft, from the city of Gulf Shores, Alabama. Mayor Kraft, you have 5 minutes.
Mr. Chairman and members of the committee, thank you for inviting me to testify today. First, let me state again how much the coastal residents along the Gulf of Mexico appreciate your interest in our region as you consider the Restore Act. I believe the Restore Act contains requirements for eligible spending which will ensure the American taxpayer an annual return on this investment. As mayor of Gulf Shores, Alabama, a coastal city located directly on the Gulf of Mexico, we work closely with our sister city, Orange Beach, to support and enhance a dynamic beach tourism industry. In 2009, we hosted 4.6 million visitors on just 32 miles of sugar white sand beaches. This provided direct spending of over $2.3 billion, creating over 40,000 tourism jobs. In the pre-spill first quarter of 2010, our lodging tax, the only accurate measure of tourism performance, was up 17% in Gulf Shores alone, indicating the promise of a record year. If two cities in one county with only 32 miles of beaches and in just one of the Gulf's many industries had this much at risk, consider the cumulative threat to the 1,000 miles of Gulf between Florida and Texas. Ports along the coast struggled during this time to deflect the assumptions by many that they would be closed to traffic. The export-focused ports along the Gulf Coast are important to the many sectors of the U.S. and local economies. Add to that the billions of dollars and thousands of jobs created by the Gulf's oil and gas industry, as well as the commercial seafood harvesting and processing industry, and you understand the value of the coastal Gulf to the nation's economy. On April 20th, 2010, with the tragic events resulting in the Deepwater Horizon accident, our world changed, most probably for years to come. All of our Gulf-related industries came to a halt. Areas of the Gulf were closed to all activities. Vacations were canceled, jobs were lost, and many small businesses with generations of history closed. As the oil spread throughout the Gulf, so did the impact on the entire Gulf economy and reputation. In South Baldwin County alone, tourism dollars in July, our busiest month, were down nearly 70%. Also in July, when large areas of Gulf waters were closed, our seafood landings were down an unbelievable 97%. Surveys confirmed that 75% of people nationwide had significant concerns regarding the safety of Gulf seafood. Those safety concerns, along with major reputational damage for the entire Gulf, resulted in many lost customers and business failures. 2011 was a much better year for our coast. Tourism and seafood were beginning to recover, but we all must understand why. BP funded $179 million in tourism grants and commitments. BP also funded $72 million for seafood testing and additional marketing. In addition, BP spent untold millions on protecting their brand and promoting their reputation with broad media ads touting the recovery and safety of the beaches and seafood. This dramatic increase in marketing is the main reason we had a good 2011. 2012 and beyond remain a serious question since no such commitments from BP exist going forward. When BP leaves, the future is up to us, and there are still many unanswered questions. As analysis continues on the safety of our Gulf, we wonder, will there be any future unknowns that affect the marketability of our products? Will the oil or dispersants destroy our juvenile population of seafood? Will our small businesses and fishermen survive? The businesses that are still here, and many aren't, have seriously depleted reserves. This loss of reserves combined with damaged access to credit and any future impact, be it more spill effects, further economic downturn, or a tropical weather event, and we will certainly see more businesses close. The entire Gulf Coast economy faces a continued threat from providing the energy resources that the nation demands daily. But even with this exposure, which has a magnitude that we now all grasp, I believe the majority of us on the coast completely support continued safe drilling in our Gulf and encourage aggressive efforts to create energy independence for our country. All we ask is that as those who are negligent are fined, the fine money be directed to the coastal economies that were damaged. This will allow us to recover and to continue to generate tax dollars each year to the benefit of all Americans. The Restore Act contains strict requirements for eligible spending. These appropriate restrictions will ensure the American taxpayers will receive an annual return on investment. There is no doubt that the Gulf Coast is of vital national importance. The ports, the seafood industry, the energy industry, and tourism all provide benefits to the entire country. It is absolutely in the nation's interest to ensure that the Gulf Coast is able to boost its resiliency. Thank you, sir.